Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. Let's play some backgammon. Good match to my opponents. This is backgammonhub.com, and I will try to explain my thinking a bit as we go along. We'll take a look at the XG analysis after the game, which is going pretty well. I got a nice priming edge here, so I probably won't be splitting my back checkers unless I can hit her while doing it. Like she's got these big stacks here, so I want to sort of aim towards more of a priming game than like a splitting and running game. Although the run actually, I don't think the run is that bad here because of the 3 duplication. But I think maybe due to the structure, this is a little better. Like running is not too dangerous, but boy, if I can just fill in one more point, she's just massively out-primed. In fact, maybe I even have a cube here due to the edge in the priming situation. And she should be in the splitting business. Yeah. 6-3 is duplicated. What if I make the 4-point? Okay, once again, splitting is maybe okay, but I don't want to open myself up to attack with all these checkers in the zone. So maybe this is more the way to go. Notice I'm down in the race, which means if we get into like a delicate priming situation, my timing should be better. Yeah, much better. This doesn't do anything. Okay, so it's probably this or 3 3 1 3 5. It pretty well duplicated. 1 1. So is there anything else? Doesn't look like it. Good. Yeah, she had like a little bit of. She's not rolling many good numbers that split her back checkers. Although it looked like she maybe had 1 or 2 opportunities to get those back men going. She's kind of duping my 4s a little. All right, I think I'm going to continue with this slotting plan, duping the 2s a little bit. Not that there's much option here. Oh, crap, 6-2. Ouch. Okay. Oh, boy, what do I do now? Keep the 5 prime? I guess. I don't know. 5 prime seems pretty key. Pretty important. Okay, might be time for a new plan. 1, 2, 3. I guess I got a blitz now. Dude, my 5s are duplicated. Shoot. Double 2s is nuts. Alrighty. 4. Four again. Shoot. Making sure not to duplicate my hitting 4s here. Yeah, probably losing now. Definitely losing now. Save an extra 3 maybe? I don't know. Oh, nice. All right, let's see how she wants to play it. Hit her, cover the outfield. I guess she hits. Got a great 5-3. I'm sure you're still a great 5-5. Jesus. Had it all the way. Yeah, still thinking about the early 6-6 where I go to blitz. I don't think there was anything else there. Maybe I should have taken a good look at the alternative though, because I'm like super stuck back there. I need a 4, not like that. Is she gonna hit me again? I'll probably play 12 to 11 here. In case I roll like 4-1, 4-2 or something. She needs the builder. Well, I don't even know if I should take this at the score. Yeah, you got to be careful about taking recubes at the score. Your take point's a little elevated. 5 away, 5 away, the recube. No, don't do this. Make the 5. Yeah, still would have worked if she had cubed, I think. Is she going to cube me now? No. Yeah, so now, I mean, she's right not to cube because it's technically too good. Not that she wins a ton of gammons. Yeah, so this is safest. You could actually rip a checker there, I think. If you get hit, if you somehow you like, yeah, so there was a play that left a couple blot numbers, 6-6 and 5-5. But if she bore off a checker, left those blot numbers, I'm thinking I think it was like a 6-3, and I hit her. Unless I hit her with like a doubles, seems like she can still cube from the roof. Okay, 2-1. Yeah, I got away with that. Due to the score, I'm thinking a little bit about cubing this, but I think I don't have enough. I don't know, 6. Bad entry here, like a 6-5 here or something. I mean, I assume it's this. All right, good enough. Yeah, probably not a 0-0, but a 0-2 is fine, I think. Although I do not really know how to play this. 6-1. We'll maybe make the 8 and take a little slower approach. 6-1 could have been correct there. You do have this sort of blitzing posture. But, I like my 8-point. I like the other builder in the zone. The tactics still seem a little bit thin. That's a pretty good shot if she plays 7 and 20. And click on the dice, but yeah, there you go. Play the 4 first. Ugh. It'd be funny if she doubled this. Yeah, so my take point of the recube is 15 or 16%. So obviously I have that and more. Even before this 2-2, which I think is this. It seems good. She places the 10 point. It's okay. You can also play 20 to 16, 13 to 7. Race is fairly close. Maybe I should actually do this. I don't like this, but I think maybe this is sort of the best of a kind of a bad lot. Oh, that's a good roll. I can usually put this back together right away. This is probably all she's got. Jump. Hit. Yeah. Yeah, definitely still taking. Pass. Maybe a pass for money. Maybe not even. I don't even know. So yeah, no double at the score. If it's arguably, you could argue this is still a take for money. Okay, I'm up in the race. I thought it was down in the race. Definitely take for money. In fact, I might have been able to run earlier. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I was thinking that, I don't know, for some reason I thought she was up in the race. So what was that, 6? Yeah, running actually doesn't look good here. Anyways, okay, 5-5. I had the like the pip count reversed in my head for some reason. Should have been obvious that I was up in the race based on the position, but it just wasn't. Okay, doesn't look like she has a productive hit. Leaves 2 blots. Yeah. I mean, maybe because she's down in the race, but yeah, well, maybe she has a point here because of the race situation. Yeah, I'd have to take a look at that one, and then she should maybe be thinking about cubing this. Although here, yeah, here I'm definitely taking. Now I would hit with a 5-point board and 1 blot. I would hit. See, now I don't know whether I probably don't have a take here. Oh, I'd have a take here. Good. Good. Easy peasy. All right, so likely it's going to be 3 away, 3 away. So I do want to be aggressive with offering an initial cube and conservative when taking. Yeah, she maybe she only had like 1 opportunity to cube me there. Oh, that's nice. That's a good game. Need 2. Ooh, not that. This. Bah. Bah. Like she should cube this, and honestly not totally sure if I should be taking this or not. Seems like a pretty reasonable cube for money. Yeah, good double by my opponent. would take for money. She's got this extra guy here. I got my 5 point though. Maybe this is close. I'm gonna let this go. Might be able to cube this at the score. 3 away, 2 away. It's pretty volatile. All right. Nice. 6s and 4s to go after her. No. Yeah, I'll probably do that too. Oh. Average is pretty shoddy. 4-5 is duplicated. So I mean, you could just do this, I guess. So yeah, so that was a 3. I got a 2 to play. No, let's go for it. Gammas only go one way. I think it's this. Oh, great shot. Well, I don't know. I could hold the fort for a roll. It's not hard to get these guys going next turn. No, I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. Is it this, I wonder? So it's either that or this looks worse. So hope to weather the storm, I guess. I didn't want to play destructively on the home front when it was already kind of gross over here. It's something, Alex. Can't do it. Oh, she can jump out with the 6 and play 9 to 7. That'd be a good play. Yeah, his outfield control is weak now. And she seems to be too averse to leaving blots, it looks like. Yeah, see, she likes it. Well, cover and split would win the most. Maybe not. I mean, she can maybe jump out with the 5 slot. Jump out 21 to 16 and then play 7 to 5 is better than this, probably. Good. Yeah, it's going to leave one guy back pretty reasonably. Though there's something looked funny there. Yeah, and then probably 9 to 3 is a little better. right. Okie dokie. All right, so it's gonna be a four. It's gonna be 4-3 Crawford. So I'm at Gammon save. Which, for some reason, XG does this at this very specific score. I don't know. It seems weird that this loses fewer gammons, but this is what the computer says. I don't know. All right, so there's this. I can make the 3, obviously. It doesn't really have a lot of building power on the other side of the board. Well, I can make the 11 also. Yeah, I kind of like this, actually. Not splitting into these stacks. Making the best point. And get my 11 point also. Okay, now I must split into the stacks. Or run all the way maybe there. I don't think I leave the anchor here. Maybe this sort of keep everything alive. I mean, she is probably hitting me with all of her 4s, but she does have to give up the anchor to do it while I have the stronger board, so it's not too bad for me. Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, I could play safely. 13 points a problem though. Yeah, I think I mean she's down in the race, so she's keeping the deep anchor. Maybe she gives me more trouble if she makes the 15 point though and keeps her home board in better shape. It's at least worth a look. It's not a terrible run number here. Before my board gets any worse. I didn't like how many shots it was. Well, now I'm sort of in a worse situation. Although she does have a blot in her board now. So I don't know. I mean, I do get gammon a little more here probably, which isn't great at the score, but I feel like this does win the most versus say this or something else similar. Yeah, she builds her board. I'm deteriorating more. Here I got a 5 prime to back me up. So I'm gonna try this. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this one though. This could be a blunder. I'm not hugely up in the race. That's the problem. Just up a little bit. Okay, so I am up quite a bit more now. So yeah, let's just clear from the back, not worry about blocking too much. If I was only up like 10 pips, I might go a different direction there. Well, now I'm only up like 10 or less. Less. All right, so this is the non-blocking play. I'm up 17. Okay, and I'm more efficient than she is. So really, it's more than. I mean, it's you should think of it as more than 17 because she has more wastage in the in her home board than me. Yeah, I'd probably. And the race is so bad for her, I would do this. No, race isn't that bad. In fact, she's up in the pip count before my 6-1. I mean, I'm still winning because of the efficiency stuff, but this is no joke. Ooh. Need a 5-5. What if I could have gotten 4-4 there? Hmm. Yeah, she says, wow. Yeah, I was sort of counting my chickens there a little bit. Okay. Have to win it the hard way. Nothing wrong with slotting the 5 here. Safest. Slotting the best points. Ugh. Yeah, maybe I guess this is maybe a little safer, but still, I don't want to slot that point. I mean, certain match scores you'd make the 4 here. Might be right anyways. I am up in the race though, so I'm just gonna play simply. Yeah, like if Gammon's counted, maybe you make the 4. Ugh, she's gonna clear the 8. She should do something else. 13 to 7, 6 to 4 or something. No, not worry too much about being hit at this score where Gammas don't hurt her, and she's got this deep anchor game. Yeah, you shouldn't do this. This gives me extra options. Let's see if she figures this out. This might be better than splitting. Might be. This is good if she makes the 11. Good. 6-2. Well, the 6 is actually the 6 is here. It's the only 6. Kind of feeling this actually. I think I'd rather get hit with her giving up her anchor to do so, unless she hits twice maybe. Okay. Okay, good. Glad I made that point. Yeah, this is good. That's all she's got. Well, I guess I don't mind getting hit on 6-6 because it kind of wins anyways. Unless she rolls a single 6, I like having the extra builder here. Like say she rolls like a 6-2 or something. All right, I guess cover 6-1 a little bit. Giving up the 7 is maybe a play also. That doesn't seem quite right though. Maybe if Gamma's counted. Well, I may have to go after a loose here. Yeah, I think so. Okay, say I do this. We're still in control, but she pops with a 6, and like I'm not winning by a ton. Okay, I do this. She rolls her number. I'm still very much in control. And if she doesn't roll her number, this is far and away better. So I think due to the closeness of the race, I think I played that correctly. Tiny. Bah. That's usually how I handle those situations. I look at the safe play first, try to get like a gauge of how much of a favorite or an underdog I am, and then compare that to the hits. And sometimes it's a little tricky, you know. But the more you do it, the more you look at the computer analysis after you do it, the more you have a sort of a feel for it. Oh, she says, well played. That's nice. Thanks. We'll see what the computer says, though. It didn't seem like a crazy hard match, although I definitely had some stuff I felt like I was guessing on. Yeah, I played well, 2.3. Yeah, but let's take a look at the XG analysis, which will have a slightly different. Oh, I miss a cube in game one apparently. So again, the XG analysis will be the PR will be slightly different than GNU. Here it's pretty close, 2.5. Apparently I screwed this up everywhere though. Okay, so she makes an unusual 4-1 opener. If I do the standard thing with the 1-1. Oh, okay. Oh, it does want to run here. Yeah, I sort of overvalued the priming aspect of it rather than say escaping one guy cleanly or kind of doing both things. See, I kind of don't like this I kind of dismiss this because I don't know. Our game plan is sort of a decent attack game plan, but a bad sort of priming, bad blocking game plan compared to mine. I mean, I thought this would be okay, and it is because it's not too dangerous. I'm a little surprised this is okay though. Not too surprised this is better though. And apparently I should actually cube before the roll due to the edge in the priming. It looks pretty thin though. Oh, and I have the 8. I see. Yeah, I have the ace point shot too. I have the ace shot also. Yeah, I guess if I thought about that, if I thought about the edge of my priming game plus the nice hits out here, in fact, it's more than just aces. It's aces and certain 8s. So actually, maybe there's a cubeful thing going on with the play. 385, 429. It's a little closer cubeless, but yeah, my play is still raw and cubeless. Yeah, I guess you just want to get the guy out of there, despite the big edge in the priming game. Maybe it's just not too hard for it to split here. Which, yes, you should with this, probably. Although our play's not too bad. In fact, the computer likes it on appeal, not splitting. Yeah, apparently I don't fully understand this position. Yeah, pretty strong double. Again, it doesn't mind splitting, which surprises me a little bit. Although best it says is to really go right after the prime, duplicate 3s. I do something a little more conservative. Yeah, this is an uglier game than I thought it would be. This looks pretty good, though. I mean, decent build power at like hardly any risk. Duplicating some point-making numbers with the hits. Okay, finally get one right. Okay, 11, 5, 6, 4. 9, yeah, not much else here. She rolls this great number. Okay, I start cracking with this 1-1, but I keep my 5 prime. I wasn't like totally clear on not doing something like this, but I just thought, I mean, this is sort of my main asset, you know, locking in 2 guys. I figured this was the way to go, and the computer agrees. Oh yeah, nothing else with a 6-6. I just got to switch game plans now. I mean, it's funny because I was thinking primer, you know, blocker, 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 and then I roll this number that's terrible for blocking, but okay for attacking. So I go for it. There's nothing else. Yeah, so I switch with 2 of them. I'm a little surprised it doesn't want to get the extra builder. right? Like I get two builders for the 5 here. Say she rolls like a 5-6 or something. I definitely like these shooters at her. There's no real duplication here. A little surprised the computer likes this. I mean, one thing going on is my play gets hit on 5-5. But still, it looks worth it to me to get that extra builder. Maybe there's probably some other numbers that play better this way, like 6-6. Yeah, there's probably a few numbers like that actually. Yeah, I don't know. Desperate for a 4. Yeah, she's quite a bit ahead after a 5-4 apparently. And I'm winning after my 5-4. I'm losing. I'm losing horribly. Should she cube? She's getting there. Yeah, no, she's there already. I do roll a nice run number. Get a great 5-3, great 5-5, and then somehow I still get hit. And 4-3-2-2-1. Doesn't want to save a 3, really? Why doesn't it save a 3 here? So let's say she dances, I roll a 6-3. I mean, I want this position. I mean, 2-2, I guess, goes the other way. But don't I kind of want a 3 there? In fact, 2-2 is a blot this way, and I think this is better than my play too. I mean, I get that if I get into a close race, say, somehow. You want this, I mean, you probably want this structure or this structure rather than this structure. But it's not a big deal. What am I missing? Oh, 3-2. Oh, 3-2 goes, 3-2, that's what I'm missing. Yeah, 3-2 kind of breaks down horribly this way. Breaks down okay here and here. So 3-2-2-2. Oh, hey, Chaba. So does this play surprise you, this 1-1? So I enter with 1, and then I can play 4-1 and save a 3 to keep a 4-point board, you know, on my on certain 3s. But the computer doesn't like it. It wants to like not save a 3, get even on the top point. I guess saving some other numbers like a 3-1, not blotting on like a 3-1-2-2. I'm sorry, 3-2-2-2. So I don't know. I mean, I still play this, I think. Keep the 3. Like sometimes I do prefer like a structure like this when I think it might turn into a close race. But that seems pretty remote here. Anyways, I can't really escape the Backgammon. Yeah, this probably is a cube. Yeah, I don't know what the computer's doing sometimes. This game is too hard. Or maybe the computer's wrong, but I doubt it. Yeah, she misses a bunch of cubes here. This is actually stronger than the plus evaluation thinks. And then you obviously make the 5 here. She can cash anyways, but she doesn't. And then eventually she does cash. Yeah, 0-2, I thought a little bit about cube in this, but yeah, it's pretty far from a cube. I go after her, and now it's sort of marginal. Okay, I can buy it. I mean, yeah, you don't double this at like 0-0, even 0-0 to 3, say. But yeah, 0-2 to 5 in a fairly gammonish position, where she's not going to get much recube vig, and I really want to win 4 at the score. So it's pretty good. And then I'm not sure whether to hit her here or not. Yeah, hitting would be okay, going for the blitz. Better for the win is either splitting or 13 to 8. I see. So the computer does like 10 to 8 with a 2, and then It thinks splitting is a little better than 13 to 10 with the three. I was still sort of thinking blitz here, so I brought the attacker down. Turns out it's pretty close. I do have three men back, so computer is value in getting those men going. Anyways, I roll well. She rolls well. I roll badly. I roll horribly. Oh, nice 2-2. Oh yeah, I didn't love playing 3-2 here, but I mean, I do like the three coming up 24 to 21. I did think about this, but I don't know. The race is close. She rolls any two. I'm getting another checker sent back behind this great prime. Although 2-1's a little duplicated. So yeah, I play it safely. The computer agrees, but it's close. Yeah, I like hitting it with the three, and there's no other really good two, so I pick it up. Get a nice run number. 8461 versus this. This looks better. Some other computer likes the other one. Less duplication, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, then I'm up in the race here. Yeah, during the match, I just thought I was like down in the race here for some reason. It's the heart 3-away, 5-away. Yeah, yeah. It's tricky because it's a little tricky from from the leader. It's like very tricky because it's 3-away, many away, and so it's a little hard to find cubes in gammonish positions of those types of scores. 5-away from the trailer's point of view is tricky for a different reason. It's tricky because the leader's take points, ignoring gammons, is quite low, meaning he can take deep and maybe should be like a little conservative with doubling. But when you win a bunch of gammons, you tend to be like quite aggressive with the cube, like I was there. Not so aggressive as like 4-away, 3-away, or 3-away, 2-away, or especially 4-away, 2-away. But there's some of that going on. So that's sort of how I thought about it there. Like I wouldn't double that for money, but like I wouldn't double it for money, but it's clear I have like a pretty solid advantage in like this fairly gammonish position. So it doesn't surprise me at all. This is sort of marginal on the double, no double. Pretty easy take given my three men back and sort of cheesy looking blitz. Like beyond that, I didn't really have any like deep. I don't really have any deep knowledge of the score. That's just sort of how I think about it, you know. Yeah, so 5-3, 4. There wasn't the one. Yeah, there's sort of one. Oh, yeah. I was thinking there was one opportunity to run earlier while I was while I was solidly up in the race and have the stronger board. I honestly didn't consider this because for some reason I thought I was down in the pip count. I thought I was losing the race. But even if I considered it, I probably wouldn't have done it due to the two blots on my board and due to all this decent attack stuff on the other side of the board. Maybe it makes sense to the score though, right? Because she can't really take a lot of risk to go after me because it's gonna up both of our gammons, which is bad for her and good for me. Yeah. Yeah, I always say like you kind of get to know that you kind of have to know like the nuances of the scores, and that's you can't just think, all right, I'm losing the match, so I should be aggressive, and I'm winning the match, I should be conservative. That's maybe true in like early on in long matches a little bit, but when it gets to near the end of the match, or if you're just playing a 5-point match, you kind of got to learn all the nuances of the various scores. And that score, as you point out, has all these like little nuances. So I crack badly. She cannot double me, partly due to the score. But I'm doing okay here. Okay. Oh, she makes a good play with the 6-4. Yeah, at first I thought maybe just do this. I'm still a little trapped. But yeah, I'm not that trapped here, and I'm doing decently in the race at least. So yeah, she makes a good play, going after me, even though it leaves two blots because of the race situation. Apparently she gets in a decent cube on the dances, although she misses it. But that's part of the reason the computer likes the hit there, because you get in a decent cube on the dances. And then she should cube this. And then somehow I win this. And it's 2-2. And then, yeah, okay, yeah, here's another good, like, when I'm talking about, like, nuances of the scores. 0-0 to 9, you take this. 0-0 to 3, or equivalently 2-2 to 5. You know, scores 2-2 in a 5-point match. You know, you got to be conservative about taking out the score. So this is a pass at the score. Taking a 9-point match, 0-0. People are skeptical. So this is the score-based eval. Say 2-2 and 11. Yeah, pretty big take. So this is a good example of the score nuances. Yeah, 3 away, 2 away. You should be extremely aggressive, so this is enough. Okay, go after her with the 3-3. Can't do much blitzing here, but I do get to hit. Okay, yeah, I play pretty loosey-goosey here. I mean, there's this nice hit where you hit her and go to the 5 and leave like nothing except for 6-4. But boy, you get away with this. You really get to put your stuff together. I thought, given the fact that gammons only work for me here and not for her, that this is an okay try. And the computer does agree. I guess the gammons are no big deal, apparently, compared to this. But it does win slightly more gammons and lose slightly more gammons. So the match score probably does swing the evaluation here. Yeah. Yeah, 13-7 is okay. You know, ones are a little duplicated. Getting hit's not a big deal. Getting hit with a 2-5, 3-5 here is a bigger deal than getting hit with aces here. A lot bigger deal. Okay, 20 to 1 to 14. Yeah, I did think about running. Although actually, I think the play I considered was 21 to 18, 9 to 5, which leaves me pretty exposed. You can run all the way, duplicate 2s pretty well. Yeah, maybe I should be able to find this. Given the board disparity, you know. I don't know. My play doesn't seem too bad, though. I mean, it's not hard to run next turn, I said, during the match. Play the move that loses the most gammons. Right. Yeah, sort of an argument for the play at the score. Sort of a funny way to think about it. But that is actually how I think about it. Like, right, I think, okay, if the play is unclear for money, say, where gammons go both ways, say doubled money, and one of the play loses more gammons, I think that's a pretty good argument for making the play at this score where gammons only go one way. It's sort of a funny, like, backwards way to think about it. It reminds me a little bit like in sort of the earliest days of like the internet, in the early 2000s, there were all these like online casinos. There was like hundreds of them, and some of them were shady, but most of them were actually okay. And there was a period of like a couple of years in there where you could like make money from them because they would offer like bonuses for signing up and depositing and playing and stuff. And so a typical bonus would be, I mean, there's various bonuses out there, but a typical bonus would be like you deposit $100, they give you an extra $100, so you have $200 in your account, and you'd have to play, say, $2,000. You have to make wagers of like $2,000 before you can cash out. So they're hoping to like kind of hook you and take your $100. But the thing is, if you play blackjack, like perfect basic strategy blackjack, over wagering $2,000, the house edge is only like $10 or something. So you can make like your equity would be $90 in that case. If you just sort of wager tiny and just like lose around $10. However, it turned out actually a better way to play rather than like wager tiny, lose about $10 and then cash out. It turned out like a much better way to play would be to like bet big and try to go broke early. And the reason there's a couple of reasons for that. Actually, there's three reasons for that I can maybe even more that I can think about. One, it's quicker. It's quicker to do it that way. So you can do more bonuses. It just takes like 5 minutes as opposed to an hour. So you're getting like $90 of equity in 5 minutes. Two, the equity loss is actually less on average when you make big bets and go broke quick, because you're putting less money at stake. Now of course the flip side of doing that is you often go broke, but occasionally you hit it big, right? Like I would go broke most of the time when doing these bonuses, but occasionally I would make like five or $600 as opposed to just like $90, right? So if you do this for like 100 bonuses, say, you're going to put less money at stake over these 100 bonuses or whatever than if you bet like tiny and do like the entire wagering requirements. So it turns out like it's a little counterintuitive, but it turns out if you bet big, you go broke more, you're going to pay less house edge. And you might think, oh, okay, well, you're going broke all the time, so you can't really make money. That's not true. Like you can't really affect the house edge by betting big or betting small. So all these like all these small losses are counteracted by like these occasional big wins. Like you're always paying, say the house edge is 1%. It's actually less in blackjack, but say the house edge is 1%. The way you can think about it is, well, on average you're going to just pay 1% of your wagers to the house. And it doesn't matter whether you wager, $100,000 over 10 bonuses or $10,000 over 10 bonuses. You're always paying that 1% about whatever you wager. So you want to wager as little as possible, and that means going broke a lot, if that makes sense. And the other reason is if you bet big and go broke a lot, you often get more. They're not going to ban you. The online casino isn't going to ban you for that. They might even give you like another bonus because they think, oh, this guy just goes broke. Wagers big. So I did that for like, I kind of missed like the first, one a big regret from back then. I mean, I made some good money doing it over like maybe a year and a half. I kind of missed the first year of doing it when the bonuses were like really good. Like what happened was so many people took advantage of this stuff. So many people took advantage of this stuff that like the bonuses just gradually got worse and worse, and they're probably terrible now. But yeah, there was a period of a couple of years where it was like printing money. It was crazy. It's like sort of the Wild West of online casinos back then. And for the most part, like I said, I don't get me wrong, I think there's probably some shady stuff out there. But for the most part, the casinos seemed fair to me. In fact, I added up all the bonuses that I did, and obviously I kept track of my wins. If I remember right, my wins were actually higher than the sum of my bonuses. In other words, I got lucky. I got lucky at the casinos. Like I actually made more money than like the bonuses were worth. So that was pretty over like a year and a half. Now, the house edge was like really, really tiny in some games. In fact, there was a few games where the house edge was actually in the player's favor by like this tiny, tiny amount. Like it was like 0.05%, not 0.5%, 0.05%. But you had to play in a very specific way. Like there's one game called Blackjack Switch, where I think you'd get like two blackjack hands, and you can switch the down card, switch one of the cards between the two hands. And that game played perfectly, was very, very slightly in the house's favor by 0.05%. But they gave you 0.1% back in comps. So that's why I say it was slightly in the player's favor if you if you play perfect basic strategy, and it wasn't hard to play perfect basic strategy. There was like a, there was like a site that you could enter. Oh, should I switch here or not? I think they changed the rules on that one, so I don't think it exists anymore in the same form. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, I think most players lose, but even with the bonuses, but there was a pretty active scene of like players taking advantage of the bonuses. That the casinos just don't want to make a little bit of money. They want to scalp everybody. So yeah, I have some funny. I don't know if you want to hear about all of it, but yeah, there's some pretty funny counterintuitive stuff. Oh, the other game that was sort of in the house's favor, and I actually figured this out. I wrote about it, but I don't think I saw anyone else ever write about this. There's video poker games that are like very slightly in the, they're somewhat, obviously they're in the house favor, but not by a ton, by like 0.5% or something. If you play perfect strategy, which again isn't that hard. But they used to have this bonus game after you win a hand in video poker. There was like this double up game you could do, which is basically a coin flip, zero house edge. You bet double or nothing. You're basically betting double or nothing on a coin flip. So zero house edge there. The funny thing was, that bonus game counted towards the wagering requirements. So if you just like win like one hand, like win any amount on like a video poker hand, and just like double up aggressively, you could get through the wagering requirements like really quickly that way. But also they counted for comps also, right? So say you win like a $1 video poker hand. Say you just win like a couple dollars on it, say. You can double that 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and so on. All those wagers would count towards the comp, where they'd give you like 0.1% back. And I kept track for a while. It turned out that if you make like small video poker wagers and you just double up very aggressively, trying to get to like, a few $100s or something on the double up game, it turns out the vast majority of your wagers is on the double up game. So the fact that you're getting 0.1% back in comps would more than compensate for the 0.5% house edge, and it was actually like a slight player edge if you play the double up game aggressively enough. So that was another one where you could kind of play it in the player's favor for this tiny edge. I mean, the variance is so high that you couldn't make a living doing it or whatever. But it turns out it was like a really good way to go through the wagering requirements, and with a slight player edge. And there was a couple other things I figured out along the way too. But yeah, it was amazing back then. It was like just free. It was basically free money if you knew what you were doing and you had some discipline. Like there's one casino, I remember it was called Casino on Net. They had like several bonuses a week. And I actually took like, it was like a little under 10,000. It was like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 I took from that casino, just like doing these bonuses every week. And until eventually they'd ban you, but they took like forever to ban me. I did it for like a year or something. Part of it was I look like a real sucker, I think. Like occasionally I would just log on and play like, even without a bonus, just to look like a real player. I'd log on and play a few $50 blackjack hands. Which the house in that blackjack game, the house edge was like 0.28% or something. So it was like you're giving up like a tiny bit of equity to look like a real player. And a lot of the bonuses weren't that good, but they were fine. I mean, like there's one where they give you back 10% of your losses for a day, up to $100. Like a loss of $1,000 would net you $100. So if you could just make like say one bet for $1,000, you You lose, you pay 900, and you win 1,000. You know, if you're betting on like an even money thing. Now, so that'd be worth $50 on average. But you know, of course, there's a little bit of house edge there. So instead of it being worth $50, it's probably worth more like 45 or $40 or something. But it just takes like a minute to do, you know. And it's worth a little more if you don't go for doubling up. You go for like tripling up or something. The bonus is worth a little more. So it's high variance. But if you're doing it every week or something, and you're doing all these other bonuses, you know, your luck's going to even out in the end. Yeah, like I said, it was like printing money. So yeah, that was a good year and a half. But like I said, the bonuses dried up pretty quick. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. Anyways, I could probably talk more about this, but probably people are more interested in the backgammon. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, I roll like a pretty bad 4-4 here. So I don't know. Okay, so I switch. I don't know. I do something pretty reasonable looking. I switch and keep decent structure, decent builders. Apparently the computer likes this worse structure. I don't know. What would I see your winning percentage in a 104 to 100 race be if you have cube access and your opponent never does. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if I can think in terms of like winning chances, because like are you thinking like, okay, so you're thinking like you win more because you get to cash with the cube. I usually don't think in those terms, right? Because sometimes you're doubling them in, sometimes you're doubling them out. So I had a discussion with Marty's store the other day, where like we're talking, you know, like a 4-roll type position came up, and he's saying, okay, well the winning chances in a 4-roll is 27%, and I'm like, that's not right. It's 25%, and he was like insistent that it was like 27%. And I was like, are you sure? Really? How do I have this wrong? I know that it's 25%, but like Marty's like a better player than me, and he's very mathematical, so I trusted him. And so I put it into the computer. No, it is 25 something percent, 4-roll position. But what Marty was thinking about, and I told Marty, and he said, oh, what I was thinking about was like cubeless, cubeful equivalence is like 27%. So that means like it's taken into account like the fact that you get to cash some of the games early or something. But I never really think in those terms. Anyways, I'm a little surprised by this 4-4. It wants to leave a blot. Either by this or by doing this better than my play, maybe. Which doesn't leave a blot. I don't know. I mean, this is safe. This is sort of reasonable. But yeah, I don't really get this. Guess it really wants a 6-point. I guess here it makes a 4-point board fairly often. This wins more gammons. Guess that's part of what's going on. This looks cleaner to me though. Anyway, 6-3, 6-2. Anyways, I do get to escape. I leave one shot, but come home safely and then win the race. 4-3. Yeah, I always find this funny. The computer slots at Gammon's save. Right, I'm 1 away, she's 2 away, and it's the Crawford game, so I pay big to the gammons. Somehow the computer like slots here. It says it loses fewer gammons than splitting. I don't really understand why. I would think like this would lose more gammons because you get hit here and a third checker back. Yeah, okay, a bunch of close-ish stuff here. Obviously making the 3s okay. It is more of a blitzy play, so I go with this more positional thing at the score. Right. Yeah, either running or splitting here is fine. Splitting, normally I would do this, and I did do this. There's a couple of downsides to it. It strips the midpoint and it kind of comes into these stacks that white wants to hit with. So I think that's part of the reason why the computer likes running here. Okay. Oh, it does run here. I was a little leery about doing this, again, because of these stacks here where white's pretty happy to hit with. This isn't great either, though, you know. Gives up the 11 point and leaves a shot. So, yeah. The computer's saying this is, I guess this is bad, but it's not as bad. Yeah. 6-2 slotting a gammon save is better than for money, too. Really? Yeah, I didn't realize that. I mean, it's wrong. I'm sure it's wrong at gammon save, but you're saying like the difference is closer at gammon save than for money. Or like it's less of an error. Right, like 6-2 slotting is 0.044. A gammon save. Yeah, it's only 0.026. That's interesting. Yeah, thanks. That's funny. So does it lose more? Does it lose fewer gammons? It does lose fewer gammons. To slot, I guess maybe the ace point anchor. Like here, okay, so here you're giving up the anchor and you're sort of exposing yourself to being batted around here. It's less so when you split with an ace, I guess. Right. So, but I mean, gammon go is probably closer to perversely, isn't it? Yeah, gammon go, it actually likes slotting perversely. Wins more gammons. Now, some of this is because these numbers aren't. I think these numbers aren't cute, like the win percentages. I think they actually are affected by the scores. I mean, they're cubeless, but I think there is some score adjustment to these numbers. If I get hit, I can anchor easier with 3 checkers, right? And you keep the anchor also, you know, so you never get like completely blown away. Yeah, I think I usually do slotted gammon go with a 6-2. I usually do it like gammon go type scores too, like 4-away, 2-away. I don't know if the computer likes it though. I just think, okay, I want to build up like a quick gammonish position and then offer a quick cube. Yeah, it likes it even more at 2-away, 4-away. I'm sorry, 4-away, 2. When you're 4-away and your opponent's 2-away. Yeah, so anyways, does not like my play here. Wants to run. Likes my play here. Sort of building the nice 9 point, not worrying too much about the shots. I put stuff together. I thought a little bit of a running here, because it's getting like a little destructive on the home front. But I don't know. I'm still making a point. I still have a little bit of play on my home front. So I do keep the 16 point anchor. Also, white's sort of unlikely to make another innerboard point this turn. So I think, okay, now maybe I have like a decent opportunity to run. But it's not great because it's 2 blots and gets gammon more. It does win more, but the computer says it's not quite worth the gammons. So it wants to make this destructive prime breaking play. I can buy it. Like it probably does run with a 5-2 here because it's only 1 blot rather than break the prime. But I get away with it. Some way to lose this. Yeah, just lose the race somehow. Anywho, I blitz. Making the 4 apparently is very bad here. I didn't think it'd be so bad. I mean, I did eventually find the right play of just doing the normal thing. Yeah, gammon go, this would be right. or close, but right. Okay, here doesn't even want to make the 4 here. Why not? Yeah, it's not. I guess it's not great to give up the 8 point, and this is good building power, anyways. I don't know. Still looks right to lock on this awesome structure. Oh, and then I screw this up. 13, 7, 8, 6. Interesting. I mean, I have a feeling most people are probably getting this right. Because this looks a little blotty and looks weird to give him a double shot in the in his backfield like this. The reason I did this was because I want him to give up the anchor to hit me, and then I can like close him out. Whereas if you do this, he has like good aces to hit, and he doesn't have to give up his anchor to do it. Maybe that's just not a big deal though. Like maybe like you do this, and he's kind of happy to get off the anchor at a time when he's hitting, despite the risk of being like attacked and closed out. Especially because gammons don't hurt him, I don't know though, because the computer says this wins more gammons. Yeah. Yeah, apparently it's just saying the hits are more costly here. And there's 3 blots as opposed to 2. But I get lucky. I get away with it. Get the backmen going for minimal shots. Get a nice builder here. Computer wants to do this instead of this, which covers 6-1 a little better, but probably there are numbers that play better here. Although I'm not seeing them. Spare is better here than on the 4 point though. Yeah, okay, it's fairly close, but I got this right. Yeah, I just thought I didn't have a great handle on this because it's fairly close. But yeah, I just thought I was more of a favorite after here because I'm going to survive the hits a lot of the time. And obviously when he misses me, I got a tremendous position. Whereas here, rolls a 6, not that. I'm still winning probably on average, but I'm not totally in control here. I mean, if I know he's rolling his number, you probably prefer this rather than to get hits. But obviously he doesn't roll his number, you want this position. And luckily it works. And I win the match after getting hit somehow. Good. All right, maybe we should play one more. Got one more in me, I think. If we can get a match quickly against Sammy. Let me just turn on my light. Okay, good. All right, good match to Sammy, who's played 22 times on the sites. And we got another funny thing that happened on these casino bonuses. There's one site called Be the Dealer, and they had a progressive jackpot on the video poker for getting a royal flush in video poker, which sometimes live machines do also. And the jackpot for royal flush was high enough that the odds were actually in the player's favor based on based on the chances to just get a royal flush. and so I was playing for that reason and some other reasons, playing on that site for some other reasons. So I got dealt. So how video poker works, and I'm sure most people know, is you get dealt a 5 card hand. You can like you can hold some of the cards and like and toss some of the cards back and get new cards for the ones you toss back, and then that's your finishing hand. And based on the finishing hand, you get some multiple of your wager. So like a straight flush might be like 40 to 1 or something, and a royal flush is like whatever the bonus was. I got dealt before the draw. I got dealt a pat straight flush from the 9 to the king. Normally in video poker, you just keep that hand and take the payoff. But let me just think about this a little bit. So it's either this or hits. And I'm not sure about this, but I'm gonna do this. So the bonus for the royal flush was so high that in this instance it's correct to throw away the 9 and try to hit the ace to get the royal flush. And so I was like so excited about the bonus was like $15,000 or something. And I was so excited about this. This still haunts me. I was so focused on the 9 that I actually kept the 9 and threw away the other 4 cards because I like clicked on the 9 to hold it. And it's like, oh my God, I threw away my chance for this $15,000 because I was an idiot. Now, it turns out the first card that came out wasn't the ace, although the last one was. The last card that came out was the ace. So depending on how the software works, maybe I did give away $15,000. I don't know. Anyways, I should probably pay attention to backgammon. Yeah, so that was probably the stupidest thing I've done. I calculated in terms of equity at one point. It was like several hundred. It was like a few $100s worth of equity I gave away. I know. It's the stupidest thing. I was like so excited. Like I was so focused on I was thinking, okay, I got to throw away the 9. I'm just gonna do it instead of taking the sure few $100 win. I was like, all right, keep the 9, throw everything else out, dummy. Yeah, right. All right, so I assume I'm not really winning here. Although this is a pretty nice roll. All right, I guess this is a good roll. So that's the 4. And given that I'm up in the race, I guess I want to get the backmen going. Yeah, he can't attack me all that effectively without a perfect number. Gives good control of all areas of the board. Oh, he got me. Shoot, at least it's a little duplicated. Do not dance, dum-dum. Oh, I hit him. Can I cube this? What the heck is going on here? Got a lot of work to do to get these guys out. His board isn't great. I mean, he's up on the bar against a 5-point board with some gammon potential. All right, I'm going to send it. I have a feeling this is double take. Maybe no double take. Well, let's see. I guess I don't want to duplicate my running 6s. So I want the 5s to hit here if he enters with a 3 something. Not a 3-5. Oh, I got him again. Ugh. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about this double. What the computer says. Okay, so we don't want to give him 22 shots, I guess. I want some shots at him. I mean, if I live 22 shots, obviously I'm quite very, very happy if I get away with it, but I don't think it's worth 22 there. Despite the fact that his board is underdeveloped. If it was like 11 shots or something, that'd be a different story. Ooh, that doesn't look right. It didn't look like he needed to give me a direct there. I think doesn't need, this guy does not dance on 5-point boards. Okay, so I assume well, best for the win is not to hit him. That seems pretty clear to me. It may very well be worth the gammons to go after him because this is like 4 shots anyways, and it's not a trivial ride home when missed. So maybe those two factors make this a little better. Probably wouldn't do this if he had a 4-point board. All right, I'm not sure how to break. I'm not leaving a shot here, but I'm not sure whether to break it down like this, or like this. All right, I'm going to push the gap. I'm going to compromise where this gap is. Guess strong. Like there's some value in, I think, pushing the gap up a little higher. In that there's going to be fewer points to clear in front of the gap than if it's on the 3-point. But I don't know, somehow pushing it all the way up to the 5 didn't seem right. Maybe it was though. Anyways, got away with everything. All right, so this gammon. No, it's not that good a number because I left with an odd number of checkers. So that's not like that much better than like a 6-1. Tiny gammon chance still? Tiny? Decent gammon chance? Nice. 4-0. This is what the computer does, as opposed to making the 4 at most match scores in most situations. Oh, it can you enter with the 1 and play 18 to 16. You start duplicating a lot of 4s. Right, forced to hit, forced to cover, maybe. This is a little too exposed, maybe. Although can't do much about it. Okay, this duplicates the sixes a little bit, right? Sixes to anchor, sixes to attack here. Should attack here. Make the four, I mean. Okay, good play. Good. All right, 2-3. All right, now tactically, I guess hitting makes sense with these blots in the outfield and me under attack a little bit. I don't know if it's worth the loss of the 8 points. Certainly not if he's going to roll this. Wow. Wow. Get in there. Nice. I might be, well, I don't know. Against a perfect player, I'd be kind of in trouble here. But it's not obvious how to like prime these checkers back here. All right, it's probably good news for me. If he rolls big, might be able to get some timing for this 2-3 game, especially if I get hit once or twice more. So he's definitely make a 7 in some fashion. That sort of seems like the priority. And I probably don't want to hit him at all, maybe, because it's gonna screw up my timing. Like I don't think I'm supposed to hit with the 3 here. If I had some like good counter prime option, I guess I would try it. But yeah, it just seems so unlikely to work. And then if he gets like stuck up on the bar for a while, I think my home board is going to crunch more readily. And I don't know. Even when it works, it's tough to escape. Oh boy. Similar stuff here, probably. Yeah, I don't know, it's just so unlikely to work. This is sort of a bad plan also, though. The timing is bad. I don't know, maybe there's some crazy play where, like, I don't know, I do this. I get hit and maintain, like, timing this way. All right. This might not be right, but I'm gonna do it. Screw it. Can't be that bad at the score. Although I do have to worry a lot about being backgammoned. Yeah, you should maybe even not hit here. And block him on double fives a little bit. It's not even that bad for him. It's a little bad for him. Yeah. It's for the memes. Yeah, I wonder how bad the computer's going to think it is. I mean, my game is pretty. If I don't do that, I mean, my game is rates to be pretty bad. Because the 4-4 was like too big, you know. Oh, yeah, it's a good play, keeping the points slotted. So if I jump, she should want to get hit. So she actually leave the checker on the 9 point. There's something better here. Ah. Well, I kill my fives this way. So if I roll like a 5-1, say, I only have to play the 1. There you go. I could have actually killed my 4s there also. I maybe should have thought about that. Gonna roll 4-1 now. 4-5, yeah. Yeah, maybe I should have thought about 5-4 more. I just saw that like 23 to 22. It's pretty productive ace, you know? Because if I jump a guy with the 6, I want to be in position to jump another guy with the 6. Yeah, kill my 4s now. He's got a safe play. Not clear he should do it because I'm really not in position to contain the guy yet. I guess you're supposed to play 2-1 here. Old school play was never to make the ace point here. I think maybe you're supposed to do it nowadays though. Just not give yourself that additional problem. Oh, I can make the 5. All right, well, I can hit, but it's still a bunch of shots. He plays completely safely. Ooh, okay. Well, I can give him some bad 2s, but I don't think I want to give him. I don't think I want to give up that back anchor. Give up the front anchor if I could. I mean, I guess it's this now. Make his 3s a little better, quite a bit better. But I might get a double shot down the line and with 2s right away. Well, he does get to hit with most of his 2s. Huh. His 2s are still pretty bad. Yeah, maybe this is a little better. I would get more shots the other way, but he'd get to hit me. All right, I just need to slot this, I guess. You got to have that. I got to make this point, so I'm going to go right after it. Okay, so 5-5. Like this gets 5-5 to cover. No, it doesn't. This gets 5-5 to cover. Ooh. You can't really hit with this. Double shots. You just don't look right. This is maybe right. Oh, this is triple shot. If he bears a guy off and oh. Well, okay, so I cannot cover. This leaves me 3s to hit and 4s to cover. Good. And I do want to pick up this other checker. Good. Good. There should be like a huge favorite in the race here if I don't get hit. Right? So I guess I'm just going to be playing as safely as possible almost always. Although actually safest might be to clear the 6 here, but uh, yeah, then they can get back in it with 6-6, right? But like here, probably just clear from the top. 6, well, 6-6 still gets them back in here. Huh. If he can win this race, he deserves it. All right, we'll see how bad that computer hates that 4-4. I'm thinking it may not hate it that much. Where he spread things out. This is the play I'm most curious about. All right. Good. Okay, played a 2. It's pretty good for that complicated match, I would say. Yeah, I was in the 4-0 game. I'm just going to skip right to the 4-4. Okay. All right, yeah, so it does do something more normal. But yeah, this isn't that bad at the score. Yeah, I guess you don't do it if Gammon's hurt you. Well, let's see. It wins the most or close. Right, so maybe you should do this because you're still getting hit when the guy enters a lot, and you have some forward going chances, say on the dances, or if, it's better yet if he rolls like 1-6 or something. You can make the 5 prime. Yeah. Yeah, the problem with not doing it is that the 4-4 is like too big, you know? Because it's like, I don't know, it's like 16 pips of timing that you're giving away. Like say you make the 5 without hitting or something. You only have these guys to play with. If you don't get hits, you're really going to have to crunch the board or give up like an anchor or run off the front anchor, which isn't great either. So you can try this crazy thing like I did. You know, get hits, you roll big doubles or 6-5, you're happy to dance and keep the chance to keep a nice home front, you know. And if you enter with a 3, you can get some more timing that way too. You get hit, roll a 3, then you can jump a 6 and like, which is what happened eventually. Actually maintain some timing. But anyways, let's just go through this quickly, and then I should take off. Yeah, this is a terrible 6-1. 4-1 is good. Nothing here. And okay, 4-5. Yeah, enter and hit. I wasn't too sure about this 5-2. Little surprised at like 6-4 over 13-11. I did correctly dismiss the hit because the bliss is just too thin, and you're foregoing making your nice 8-point. I don't know. Is this a play? I mean, is this are most people playing 11 here, or are most people playing to the 4-point here? I mean, obviously this is safer, and the race is close, so you don't want to get hit really. On the other hand, you know, putting the builder on the 4 is much worse than having it on the 6. And when he hits, he usually has to give up his anchor to do it against the stronger board. Does that strip the mid though? So that's a point against this. I don't know. 11 looks natural to me. He rolls the wrong 8. I get the idea that I should play safely. Oh, and then my cube this game. Yeah, we'll see about my cube this game too. I roll this nice 5-4 to actually do something. Okay, really? It wants to keep the deep anchor down in the race. Oh no, it doesn't. Yeah, I sort of didn't like this because like I'm up in the race so much, so I want to be disengaging. Even though it's like a little dangerous back there. Not too bad. So at first the computer liked this, but yeah, it does not fit with the racing game plan. He hits, I hit him back. Yeah, double take. Okay, good. Yeah, no, this is about where I was. Although I thought that honestly, I thought the double was less clear than the take. But yeah, it's fairly gammonish. 27% gammons at a score where gammons are quite valuable. Doubled gammons are quite valuable. So it turns out it's a big double. Like it'll probably be less of a cube for money, I think, because of the gammon situation. We can test that real quick. This is the score-based eval, plus plus. Never dilly with a 6. Yeah, I haven't really heard that, but that was always my inclination also. Yeah, like you want to use that checker to make the hit or make the 5 later. So it seems weird that the play is like so wrong. I guess it's just pain to being hit so much. Okay, so this is like a .88 position at the score. For money, it's .85. So it is a bigger take for money, but it's not a big deal. All right, I wrote this excellent 6-6. Okay, oh, making the 12 is close, leaving 22 shots. Yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that wanted to do this because okay, now I'm up 30 pips almost. So this is ultra thematic. Clearing the 18 point is going to be a big problem if I don't do this. The problem is it's 22 shots. So yeah, it's a little too much. So probably be right. If it was like 18 shots or something, you probably would want to do this. Like they see how problematic this is to get off the 18 point now. Now he kind of gives me a gift, I think. Coming into a direct shot for some reason. I don't know what he was thinking. I can just play like 11 to 10, 8 to 5 or something. And I hit him. And then, yeah, okay, it is right to hit here, yeah. So for the win, you don't hit. If you only care about winning the game, you do the normal thing of either this or 12 to 8, 13 to 12. Although this is 2 fewer shots. So you do this. Actually, this play was a little easier to find because I thought the alternative, oh no, not this. I was thinking the alternative was like 13 to 8. Yeah. So the fact that I missed the 2-shot play kind of made this a little easier to find. Like the best play that doesn't hit just leaves 6-4 to hit. I'm not sure I saw this. I thought the alternative was this, which leaves 4 shots. So I thought, for just 7 more shots, I might as well hit and up the gammons, Yeah, actually, best for the gammon would be this, but you win less because you're getting a bunch of guys hit sometimes, and you lose more gammons. Obviously, best for covering when it works, which I chose this decent compromise. Oh yeah, I got a little fancy here. Okay, yeah, it does push the gap up higher. Darn. Yeah. Yes, what it's focused on is pushing the gap up to the 5 point as opposed to having it on the 3 point or the 2 point. Because black is very close to home, like he's very likely to get his checkers home without getting hit. And then if you push the gap up to the 5 point, there's only this one inner board point to clear later once you get all your checkers in. Here you have 3 points to clear. Here you have 2 points to clear. Now, that doesn't tell the whole story, though. I mean, if he enters quickly, say you know he's entering on the next roll, you probably want the gap down lower, right? Because it makes it easier. It makes it easier for you to bring the outfield checker home safely. Or another way to look at it, if you're like really far away from home, you probably prefer the gap lower. But because black is quite close to home, it wants the gap up high. So that's why I was kind of feeling this, because there's like the arguments for like the gap being up high and there's arguments for the gap being low. I thought this might be the compromise play, but no. I like that 4-4 is blocked here. And then you have no choice here but to hit, take him out of the race because you're leaving a shot anyways. You can leave one blot if you want, but it's harder to bring home when missed. And well, I guess the race isn't a big deal, but it's a lot harder to bring home when missed than this. The second blot's not a big deal. And then somehow I win a gammon here. Yeah, and this is the backgammon game. Yeah, I like this tactical strike here. More positionally would be just to make the 3 solidly, but I didn't like the fact that he had all these attacking options here. So I don't know. I got the stronger board. I take away half his roll, so I go after the hit. The computer thinks it's worth it, but it's not a huge deal. I forwent making the 8 points, which I got punished for. How is his play wrong? It's not, but I was like, oh, obviously you hit 1, 2. You had 3 checkers to make the 5. The computer says it's just as good to hit 2 checkers and get the extra builder for the inner board, and the slot for the 7, which is pretty important, right? That makes sense. So I can see it may be worth forgoing that last hit. Yeah, I actually did think about this. I mean, you normally just want to lock up the second anchor when you can, but he is up on the bar, so I don't know. You may not be playing a back game here. You want to remain flexible in the backfield and lock up the 11. Yeah, I could have found that if I thought about it a little more. To get a backman going, he rolls a decent 6-6. Right, yeah, you don't want to hit here because it's going to screw up your timing. Like now you're pretty stuck playing a back game now that he has this nice prime in front. In front of you is really hard to go forward here. Maybe you could hit if you had like your 5 point filled in. But yeah, the problem with hitting is, okay, now he gets stuck up on the bar, say. It's good, I guess, if you can fill in the 5 point, but yeah, the timing is going to be worse. In other words, before White's eventually going to have to break down this prime. If you can't get him to break it down early, before like when he gets trapped or something, hitting him is going to slow him down, and the time, you're going to have to either crunch your board or give up a back anchor at a time when you don't want to give up a back anchor. Yeah, this is the 4-4 we talked about. I don't know, I keep hitting, hoping he hits me back some more. He does. He probably shouldn't. I give him kind of a bad 5-5 with this 6-2. A little bit bad, anyways. Computer actually prefers just making this in the more solid position, though. Okay, yeah, good. It does not like killing 4s here. Because it really wants to play 23 to 22 or smooth out by playing 2 to 1. Yeah. Old school. In the 70s or 80s, they'd play 14 to 11 here, not make the ace point, because the idea is, okay, so you're going to hit later, and then you want them to enter on your ace point once you have like a good block. But I think actually Roberti figured that out and figured it out in the 80s because I think it's in Advanced Backgammon. It's possible it's one of his more modern books, but I remember him writing that like you fill in the ace point here because you have enough problems, right, with these open points and all your back checkers. So you want to get rid of one of those one extra problem that you don't have to worry about. And it does apply here apparently. I don't overlook making the 5. Okay, yeah. First I thought I was going to run from both points. I thought I was going to do something like this, which I guess is more likely to get a double shot down the line. And it gets if he rolls like a 6-2, say 6-2, 5-2, I do get more shots at him than if I do my play. But there's some value in just like keeping the solid anchor back there. Because like 3s play really badly here. It sort of gaps in the middle. Like even when I miss that, say roll 6-3, even when I miss that, like how does he play safely coming up, you know? If you run, the 6-3 plays like a lot better for him. It's going to be a lot easier to bring it home after he gets missed. And has fewer shots. So yeah. So yeah, sometimes it's right to keep the anchor, sometimes it's right to be split. You kind of got to look at how the specific roles play. Anyways, luckily I do hit him, and yeah, I don't know, you need that point for sure. You can't leave it open. It's not too bad getting hit back. Like, 6s are going to be good anyways, so yeah, you go right after it. It's like really hard to make it if you don't slot it. Yeah, okay. It wants to knock it hit twice. And it wants to block 6-4. Yeah, big swing on 6-4 if you keep that point. Huge swing because you got to expose another blot. Obviously, if he's dancing, you want this position. Yeah, something 5-2 seemed wrong. Yeah, he left me. He left me 6s, 3s, 1s, and 4s to hit. Some 1s, some 4s. This is kind of like a quad shot. What does this do? 5s, 3s, 1s, 3s. Yeah, so 3s are duplicated here. Yeah, so this would be a good play. I don't know. You should get this right. I mean, I kind of think even like intermediate players should get this right because if you look at the numbers that hit in some fashion, it's pretty easy to figure out there's 3 of them here and 4 of them here, you know. So without even counting up the shots, you should be able to figure this out pretty easily. At least this versus this, you know. So this is pretty sloppy. And this is what is this? This is a triple shot also. So it might not be obvious this versus this, but yeah, this versus this. You should be able to get this right. Right. Yeah, but then you got to weigh. You look for anti-jokers, but then you got to weigh like how how good they are when he rolls it, like, and whether you're giving him like some decent jokers also. Like for instance, I could have given him bad 2s earlier than I did. Not here. Not here. No, I was thinking. What was I thinking? Yeah, no, maybe I was thinking of some other position. Oh, yeah, I don't know. After slotting the 6 point. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, I could have. Yeah, I actually didn't see that 6-4 anti-joker. And I probably should have been able to see it. I mean, it wouldn't have been like a super it wouldn't have been like a super clear play to me in any case, even if I did see it, because there's so much upside on the dances after my play, you know. Because you really need to fill in that 6 point. But yeah, given that he's so one clue to like looking for that stuff is he's like so brittle on his side of the board, you know. So there should be stuff like that. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, well, I just wasn't thinking in those terms when I should have been. Oh, what about the 5-5? Right. Yeah, safest probably is this. Probably get rid of that problem point right away, the highest point. This is no blot numbers, but you might not be able to clear this cleanly at some point, you know. Oh, this is pretty awkward too. What I didn't like about this is he rolls 6-6 and he's in the race. And he actually did roll 6-6. And then yeah, here similar stuff, right? I'm giving him like a good 6-6. But I got all my guys home and I have a checker off, so I was like a little less worried about the race. So I make the safest play, as opposed to the play that wins slightly more races. But yeah, I thought the race was pretty gin at this point. Gin enough, I should say. And then I just win. All right, that was pretty interesting. So I just make one blunder here where I should be pushing the gap up as high as possible because I'm so close to home. But yeah, I keep the gap down a little too low, giving me more problems once I get the checkers home, as opposed to the right play. Good. Okay, well that was interesting. Yeah, hope you guys got something out of this. And yeah, pretty interesting matches. I'm glad that 4-4 I did wasn't too crazy. I mean, I thought, I mean, there was a chance. I thought it might be a blunder, but I thought more likely it was possibly wrong, but okay, and that's about what it is. And who knows? It might be right. I mean, I don't really trust the computer here 100%. A rollout should be pretty reliable, though. If you do a rollout of say like, I mean, this play seems pretty reasonable. So maybe this play versus this play, one of them could be right by a decent margin. I don't know if the computer's getting this right on just like a plus eval. Yeah, plus. In fact, the plus. So the plus eval has my play as more wrong. I think that tends to indicate, not always. This is not 100% reliable. But my play got worse going from plus to plus plus. I think that usually means it gets even worse when you roll it out. But like I said, that's not 100% reliable. All right. Well, anyways, yeah, like I said, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting, guys. This was fun. And we will see you next time.